Welcome back to Downstairs and Dragons, where we're playing D&D in my basement for our tradition. This is Samantha, your DM, and over here we have Dusty playing Clay, Josh playing Doric, Adler playing Thalia, and Jacob playing Pantheo. They all just rescued the Grippli and some good Yuan-Ti from some evil Yuan-Ti. You guys were able to clear out all of the invaders and save the remaining survivors. The Grippli spent the whole night returning to the village, and the whole next day when you guys wake up, the Grippli and the Yuan-Ti are just resettling in the village. The Yuan-Ti are planning on going back to the temple, but not until they've helped the Grippli as much as they can. Everyone is still healing a little bit. They're not like heroes, unfortunately. They do heal slower. But the Grippli are very, very excited to show you around and show you all the things that they have to offer. While a lot of their artifacts were destroyed and they do plan on repaying you, it's going to take some time for them to build presents. So, the ones that are able to speak to you are very like, thank you. The Yuan-Ti do bring you the items that the evil Yuan-Ti had, so you guys are able to add a good 10 scimitars, Yuan-Ti scimitars to your stash, maybe another 10 daggers. Any random jewelry that they were wearing from Cholt that just isn't needed. So we'll get those sold later.
I'm going to take 3 daggers for myself.
Okay, 3 Yuan-Ti daggers. Additionally, the items that they had in the temple, the Yuan-Ti decide to give up. They do think that they'll be able to either recreate the item themselves or they will be able to use the spells daily as needed. So they do in fact give you the Lantern of Revealing and the Chimes of Opening. So you now have the Lantern of Revealing and Chimes of Opening. That's a pretty good. I don't have the cards on me, but they are legit 5e items. You're welcome to just Google them.
Chimes of Opening are pretty good. I think they only have a set amount of charges though.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
They were used 3 times.
It was used 3 times. There are more charges on both items. Just we'll figure it out. Also, you guys know how this works. Milestone leveling does mean that you level up. What?
Even though we didn't go help the crabs yet?
No, we're going to talk about that. So what I want to do is consider this a in-game level up. I want it to be that the Grippli help you progress your abilities. Thalia, you're going to be spending a lot of time with the Pond Mother, and she's going to be helping you just understanding how magic works with the world, and we'll do that a little bit. She's also going to give you a gift. Pantheo, you're going to be spending time with the Grippli Druids, and they're also going to give you a gift.
Yeah, they commune with nature.
Clay, there are a lot of Grippli monks. They do in fact have a monastery. It just happens to be a random hill and a grass field. But they're going to be working with you on your monk abilities. And Doric, you don't worship anything that they've ever really encountered, so you're just going to be kind of learning from all the Grippli how they interact with nature and the elements. So we'll have to talk more about that. As part of you guys staying here to get training and get your gifts, they kind of ask you, can you please stay and wait for the gifts that we're going to give you? Please enjoy our village. You guys are able to find the people from Candlekeep who were attacked and imprisoned in the Pond Mother's home. So the Candlekeep employees are able to take some of the boats back and let Candlekeep know that you've succeeded on your mission. So all of the ships are taken. Are you okay with staying in the Grippli village for not quite a 10-day?
Yeah.
So you guys basically get to be a part of this village where there's lots of croaking and singing in the sunrise and the sunset, but you can have quiet nights for sleep. In the sun, they're bouncing around. You do end up seeing that they're a pretty open culture, and they have started recreating eggs again. So you do happen to see those courtship rituals happening out in the open in the sunshine, but you can just walk away. But the Grippli are so incredibly happy to be returning home, and while many of them still cry and mourn over those that they have lost, they are trying to look towards the future and enjoy the babies that have survived. So starting with Thalia, you had come here because you wanted to talk to a experienced diviner. And the Pond Mother is quite old, especially for a Grippli, and she has been using all of her energy to try and keep her village safe, and that includes making prophecies that may bring adventurers like you along in times of disaster. Do you have any particular questions for her, or is she okay to just kind of give you some lessons throughout the week?
Just give me some lessons.
So the first thing she explains is that everything is touched by everything. So, when she does this in her goofy frog voice. Everything has a little bit of magic in it, and that's why you're able to detect the future in almost any way, because you're doing it through the concept of magic. But if someone else were to be reading the future by using divine, like, godliness, it's because everything is touched a little bit by the divine, by the divinity of nature. If someone else was like, oh, I only read the future through fire, that's because everyone is touched by a little bit of fire. And she explains she pricks herself and has a drop of blood fall into your hand, and she goes, is my blood warm or is it cold? You would say warm, and she would be like, right, I have a little bit of fire in me. So everything that fire touches, someone could read the future with just fire. Because you read the future in magic, you can read as far as magic touches, which is everything. But because you are trying to read your own dreams without a compass, without a key, without a guide, you need to create one for yourself. She goes, I usually read the future in terms of animals and plants. So therefore, when I see an oak leaf, I know what it means. When I see a rose, I know what's coming. But when you see an eggplant in a cloud, you don't know what that means. So you need to create a key for yourself based on the way that you read the future. Essentially, because you read the future in terms of magic itself, the symbols that are used in arcane scripts, she recommends that's how you read the future. So she actually works with you throughout the week to make runes. She's going to make for you a set of porcelain runes, and instead of like Nordic symbols or alchemist symbols or whatever symbols someone would put on those, you put arcane symbols.
Okay.
So I'm going to make myself a tiny little list of like all of the things that could be in a spell. Enchantment, summoning, augmentation, conjuring, whatever. We're going to make a set of symbols.
Okay.
All the different damage types, all the different like buff types. It's just going to be a set of like 25 symbols. And I'm not even necessarily going to have you shake them to get an answer. You, 3 times a day, you can use your runes to ask a question, and I will give you an answer in the form of a symbol. So I might tell you, oh, you got the symbol for fire. And then you can be like, oh, well, fire means, you know, tumultuous heat. So based on that, the answer to my question is blah, 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 blah. So it's not giving you an exact answer, but it'll give you a hint.
That's super sick. I love that.
Okay, cool. So this is your new item. It is the porcelain rune tablets that they give you. Yeah! Oh. If you could hand that to Ilya, please. I'll make up a list. And you don't, and we can kind of discuss what the meanings are, but it's supposed to be really generic. It'll be like, you'd be like, how do I get into this room? And I could be like, the symbol for metal, and you'd be like, oh, we need to pick the lock. You know, it'll definitely be like playing Mysterium or Dixit. It's gonna be up to interpretation. It's never gonna be exact, but it's gonna be a way that we can play your divination character.
I enjoy interpretation.
Panthea, would you like a turn?
Yeah.
Alright, so you spend time with the Gripplis and the Druids. The thing is, Druids all have this home with each other that you just kind of fit right back in.
Hey man,
You just get right back into being at home with them.
this is chill.
Some of them don't speak common. They just croak with you, just
And I purr back.
they sit, you know, you guys all sit together. They find lily pads strong enough to hold you up. And you guys just sit and meditate a lot.
Chill, hell yeah.
They spend time walking through the forest with you, going on forest walks. They point out different flowers, different mushrooms, different leaves, and you go, that one, yep. eat. That one, no. Like, you guys are all on the same page.
Ah, man, that one's bad.
Yeah. So they end up sharing with you different aspects of their own druidic nature. As frogs, there are things about them that they've noticed you don't have. They've noticed that you're struggling with some of the algae in the water. They go, numb, and you go, And they're like,
dude, gross.
they're like, what? And they're like, or certain mushrooms, they're like, yum. And you're like, no, I'll die. I'll shit bricks.
Really
I'll,
bad.
Whatever.
Really, really bad for me.
So they start to figure out some.
I think it's through trial and error. I think one time he does eat the first mushroom, and then the rest of the day is shit and bricks.
Yeah. Oh my god. So then,
You guys fucked me already.
so they start pointing out flowers to help you. Like, first they're like, oh, okay, well that didn't work for you. Here's a flower to counterbalance it. Here's this to counterbalance that.
Cool. Sick.
And what they end up figuring out, and you realize that they're studying you. They're figuring out what
Like
makes
a
you
freak to them.
regular and what makes you healthy. And you notice that they're collecting whatever works, and they're packing it into these little clay balls.
Okay.
They end up using a campfire to fire these clay balls into beads. And
Okay.
they do prayer around each one of these beads, and they, as a ritual, string the beads all together, and they end up gifting to you a necklace of
Oh,
beads. Some of them are red, some of them are green, some of them are blue, because they're each one mixed with a different flower petal, so each bead is a slightly more earthy color. Meticulously crafted by sticky toes from brine marsh clay and flower petals are a set of divine prayer beads. While wearing these beads, a druid does not have to attune, can gain immunity to poison.
whoa!
All other classes would have to attune.
Holy shit.
So this is hopefully to balance out your class a little bit more.
I fucking love this. You guys, me and Theo just is like crying over, he like bows his head down, and he has like pulls out this like little clay like frog, but it has the face of a cat.
Aww.
That he tried.
It's a frog with cat ears?
Yeah, exactly. Really poorly done, but he's like, this is us
Aww.
together.
They're
And
like,
he hands that to them as like the little gift, because he saw them making this for him the whole time, and he's just like, I need to give something back to you.
oh, you saved their life. And there's a lot of them walking around hand in hand with you, but you're so tall that you're like leaning over, and they're
I think time to time, like for as much as I can throughout the day, I do turn into a giant frog.
Oh, yes, and they just sit with you.
Yeah.
They just like to either sit on you, or they just sit next to you and touch you and pet you.
Just nods and frog.
They think you're so cool. Okay, so you have a wonderful bonding experience with them, and you're able to
Incredible
level up. Clay, you spend time with the monks, the Grippli monks, and they are noticing that your attacks do have some kind of wrath in them.
Oh, I didn't even, yeah.
And they're trying to calm you down. They're trying to calm your heart and help you with breathing and loving thy enemy and striking in a way that isn't meant to be stronger but is meant to be a weaker, a balance of nothingness, so that you're striking the inner parts of another being. Unfortunately, the more they're trying to make you less aggressive, the more you're actually honing the necrotic parts of your monastic tradition. So while you are learning a great deal about the Grippli monastic tradition, jeez, that's a mouthful.
Stop.
You do
I
gain
get to
the
40.
monastic ability called Hands of Harm. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, you can choose to spend a key to do additional necrotic damage. This is actually from the path of the Hands of Mercy. I know you're doing the Hands of
Yes, we have long death.
Way of the Long Death. This is a slow changeover into the Hands of Mercy. I'm not taking anything away from you, I'm just giving you this.
Okay.
Now, Doric, you spent a lot of time out on the docks. They've been having you help find the crabs, and they've been using you as bait. Because you're very good at seeing things, and you're also very big and shiny.
I can also cast
Locate animal.
control water.
Oh, yes. So you've been helping them find the crabs so that they can help herd them back. The rest of you do also help find the crabs, but Doric has spent a lot of time standing on rocks looking out at the water. And being surrounded by water has been an interesting experience because while all your friends are getting in touch with their inner selves and their magic, you are having trouble hearing the call of your fire god out here. You are surrounded by water and ocean, and you almost feel a little lost. After all the crabs have been returned, the Yuan-Ti have rebuilt the crab maze. You're still standing there with no gifts of your own, and the pond mother's son has noticed. This tall green Grippli, who spends a lot of time on the shore with the amphibious animals, making sure they don't wander into the crab maze and get eaten by the crabs, has been keeping an eye on you for the last few days. He eventually comes over to you with his trident, tapping on the wood as he walks. What is it you're thinking about?
That temple, the avatar of God, asked me or told me that he could tell me what happened to my parents. Mainly them right now. I've never really understood who they are. I barely have memories of them. I was actually thinking of asking my God.
Oh, that's gods are a thing, yes. We're not as in touch with gods as we are with nature. Or each other's souls. Soul to soul. We can usually reach out to those who are gone. Which triggers a thought in your head. You're like, oh yeah, I have something called the Soul Stone. Do you want to take it out?
Sounds like something that I've had experience with. I pull out the box.
He goes, oh.
Supposedly, if you can use this, you can manipulate any soul within the plane, potentially past, I believe.
Yes, that I have heard of this. This would be a grand opportunity for my mother to teach me all about it. Would you bring it in with you, please?
Sure.
So he leads you back to the pond mother's home. She has finished teaching Thalia what needs to be taught, and Thalia is sitting on a poof nearby, playing with runes. Her son comes up to her, you in hand, and you bring the soul stone with you. And she goes, sorry, just kidding. Would you like? Oh, an excellent training lesson in soul contact. Children. The children come around, she goes, would you like to know how to reach a soul using this?
Very much so, actually.
The more you work at it, the better you'll get. But we can work on some soul rituals, she's telling the students, and you're sitting there with her son. She goes, she explains, this is a soul stone. Soul stones are an incredibly rare item known as a philosopher's stone. Philosopher's stones are meant to invoke thought in a person in order to be created. And then they are usually all about a specific aspect of one's life, of one's thoughts. It could be all about time, it could be all about souls, it could be all about alchemy and materials. And there should be others that are less commonly known about. She explains that typically with Druidism, you can reach out to nature to get your answers. But if you need to reach out to something sentient to get answers, you could invoke a stone such as this. She teaches you a very rudimentary locate soul ritual. It's basically locate person, but it's locate soul. It takes an hour, and you can only do one a week. But the more you do it, you could essentially do it more often. There are more options out there that we could go into. We could go into actually talking to that soul, calling that soul, whatever. But to get you started, if there's a soul that you have met, you can connect to it through that stone and find out where it is.
Any range?
Any range.
Just on this.
Nope.
Okay.
Bibbidi bobbidi banging.
The farther away it is, the less precise of an answer you're going to get. But it can at least tell you what plane it's on. So that is my gift to you. You guys have also gotten some party gifts. As you guys are there, they're able to make their artisan goods again. If you guys need any baskets, you need any jars, you need any pottery, if you need any clothing, if you need any bedding, anything mundane, they will straight up just give to you. Rations, we're going to refill you rations. Do you need arrows? Is there any items in particular that you think a jungle tribe would have for you that you would be interested in? Oh, I'm sorry. Other option. If anybody wants grass plate armor, they will make you grass plate armor. Grass plate armor is... It does not have disadvantage to stealth. So it's basically just regular plate armor with no disadvantage. Additionally, if you wanted crab plate armor is a +2 plate armor, but yeah, disadvantage to stealth up the butt. You could also just do breastplate if you wanted. You could also just do splint mail if you wanted. So just think about it. You guys have no book.
don't even need the armor
like,
from Nocturne anymore.
I mean, yeah, I've already spent a bunch of money getting plate mail armor made.
You guys have been away from home for 10 whole days. So it was 2 days on the boat. The third day, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th day was all in the village. So you could call that a time skip. You guys are now what, level 8?
Yes.
Amazing, beautiful. Does anyone get anything really cool they want to talk about or share? And explain how the Grippli's taught it to you? No? That's okay.
I think during this, Pantheo looks around nature and realizes how much he loves it. But with that love, he desires a way to protect it. And he knows that in his heart, the druid path is not how he's going to get physically stronger to protect it. So I think during this time, he really dwells upon his oath.
Yeah.
And like where he wants his oath to align. And I think through that, he continues to think about like the forest and maintaining it, trying to take an oath of ancients, but constantly is reminded of the cult that stole so much from him. Mm-hmm. And I think from this place of like wanting to protect the forest, it becomes, to protect the forest, I must stop those who would even harm it in the first place. Mm-hmm. And I think he begins to take on an oath of vengeance.
Ooh, I love it. It's almost like the love of the of all the sweet things around you is making you angry.
Yeah, in a weird way, it's like this sweet compassion that these Gripplis have shown us made me realize that there are people out there that would steal them from these communities to raise them for their own wrongdoing. And it makes him really mad. And I think that is what sets him down the path of he will be a means to the ends to bring this cult to justice.
Amazing. Yay! Does anyone else have anything to share before they leave the Grippli village? They say you're always welcome back. They're always trading with Candlekeep. Candlekeep is one of their major trade partners. All of the ships are gone, so they actually say that you need to travel through Cloakwood to the street, to the road, in order to get home. Unless you want to request a boat.
How long would it take us to walk to Candlekeep from here?
If you walk through the woods, past the Scorch of the Red Worm, maybe 4 or 5 days. If you go and actually take the path by Baldur's Gate, like 8 days. 7 days maybe. But travel means you have the chance to draw more cards or have more random encounters. So it's up to you.
I'm for taking the path.
I'm for that as well.
The road?
Yes.
Oh.
Let's leave the fucking boat behind.
They took.
They took both.
They took the boat.
Before we head out though, Dork is going to, one of these days, while out on the dock,
Okay.
I'm going to cast Commune. as a
Okay.
ritual. It's a 5th level spell. You contact your deity or divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. You must ask your questions before the spell ends in a minute. You receive a correct answer for each question. Divine beings aren't necessarily omniscient, so you might receive unclear as an answer if a question pertains to information that lies beyond the deity's knowledge. In a case where a one-word answer could be misleading or contrary to the deity's interest, the GM might offer a short phrase as an answer instead.
So I give you one word answers or a phrase if I really need to.
Yeah.
So you're trying to commune with a deity of fire by the ocean. Do you want to change your tactic at all?
I mean, well, is there, I mean, if he needs the fire, he'll probably go to the center of the village and,
Have a fire there.
yeah.
So in front of a great fire, you begin to pray. How do you start the commune? What are your prayer words in order to connect with Moke in the first place?
It's probably not even gonna be like real words. He's gonna take out a hunk of raw platinum that he has still, and then his hammer and start hammering on it in like a beat, and start just chanting his name. And then eventually he's gonna start chanting the pantheon that Moke is part of. So the Moke, whatever, I can't remember what they're called.
Moke, Ol, Ninpo, and Tur.
Yeah.
Are you trying to just contact Moke, or are you trying to contact the whole pantheon?
Just Moke. But paying homage to them. It can also be just a planar, a divine proxy that it shows up.
Timber responds to you.
So your fire does start to flicker in a way that you think you have made connection. But it does seem disinterested.
Okay.
What is your question?
Are my parents alive?
No.
Okay. That makes that easy. Oh my god.
You are gonna go down a rabbit hole of them being alive, yeah.
Yeah. Is a minute, okay. Is Paxley safe where he is.
For now.
Who is Dahlia safe to be around?
Yes.
Okay. He doesn't fully trust her yet. And that's the third question, so.
Second meatball, please try again later.
While the fire has your attention, before you break away from it, while the commune is still going and you have fully expected it to end, the fire reaches out for you. The flame literally curls out of the pit and wraps around your face, as if you're being pulled in to the heat and the warmth. You almost feel the ends of your hair curl and singe. You feel the skin underneath your fur slightly sunburned, as it says, "More fire." And then it goes back to being a normal fire and your commune ends.
Interesting.
You all are going to be leaving the next day, the 10th day you've already marked off. You've already planned that you're going to go through the Cloak Woods to the Baldur's Gate Road, and then you're going to take the road south, which will give you a chance to stop at the book that was being copied on your way back to Candlekeep.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have anything you want to go over before we hit to travels? If I think of more random gifts to give you from the Grippli, I'll just add it to your inventory.
I kind of want to go back to Baldur's Gate.
Well, maybe this will help. I'm gonna pull a card. The Steed.
What is Pantheo's favorite mythological D&D monster?
Favorite mythological D&D monster? Now, if it's not mine, Pantheo's. I feel like Pantheo's probably always had like a fascination with the sky, so it's likely
A rock.
probably a Pegasus, but I'm trying to think of like,
Displays our beast.
oh, maybe, I don't know,
A dragon.
a wyvern. Well, he's from the forest, from the high forest. I feel like one night while watching stars, he and Tyga saw like a Pegasus fly over, and it was just like so magical. Yeah, I can't get Pegasus out of my head.
Holding the card as if it was like AR. It's like you can see the world through the card. And it starts to materialize in front of you a very large object. First you see these big metal hooves on the ground.
Okay.
And as you wave this around, the rest of you also see this materializing as bits of shards of metal are piecing together, building the legs of a horse. And when it gets to the body and the wings, you guys can hear the of all of the joints moving and bending as a very large constructed Pegasi appears near you. This is essentially an elven forest walker from the old editions of D&D, but it has come to you in the shape of a Pegasi.
Whoa.
What it is a moving metal craft. It does have the ability to move through forests. It has the ability to go through roads. And this one does in fact have an AI. It does have the ability to follow commands as if it was a golem. And it can attack. So as this thing forms in front of you and spreads its wings and flaps them as a real Pegasi would, you can see between the ribs is in fact an open carrier space on the inside where people could sit and ride. Or there's many compartments where objects could be attached to it. It turns its head to you and it has what appear to be glass eyes. And instead of a mouth moving to create a voice, it's almost like a speaker on the inside. It's a robotic tone. How may I serve you, my lord?
Do you have the kush?
No, my lord.
Stand down.
What?
Give me commands to go in a direction, find a location, or to be in an offensive or defensive stance. On standby now.
Remain on standby. Guys, this metal Pegasi thinks I'm its master. I can't hold these anymore. I'm done with them. And
Who? What were the terms that we signed for these cards? It was basically until we die, he'd give.
As you guys are looking at this big mechanical horse,
hello.
that's about 10 feet long, 15 feet tall, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Someone comes along the side of it, rubbing his hands across the metal and going, "What a good morning to admire my new present."
Yes. It was
What are you
very
talking about?
kind of you.
Well, when all of you have perished, this will be mine.
I will never perish. Not with Reginald by my side.
You did such a good job manifesting this with your mind, Panthea. I'm
I
impressed.
feel like I could have done better.
I thought you would have created a cat of some kind.
That's a little racist.
Little,
Maybe a snow
A
leopard?
little racist.
Oh,
Maybe a white tiger?
This is
Oh,
getting
this
a
is
little
getting
closer to home.
Getting personal.
This is, yeah.
It has nothing to do with race, all to do with blood.
Reginald, I have a command for you. Take this man away.
For real.
Straight up, I say it.
I have to think of what spell he would use. Would he just dimension door out?
You could.
I think he would. I don't think he actually wants to fight or damage it. I think he would dimension door away. And so at first Reginald would and turn and go, target, unacquired.
Stand down, Reginald.
Okay.
The bogey's no longer inbound. This is a good steed. A good steed.
Where are you going to keep it?
so
It's sizable.
I have an idea. Hold on. Pantheo puts both of his hands between Reginald's head and begins to cast the Fine Seed spell that he just picked up from becoming a level 3 paladin,
Yeah?
and is going to try to attune with Reginald for him to be his steed.
Oh no, it automatically does that. I'm just telling you, that's the spell of the card.
Oh yeah, but I think in my brain it's just giving him the benefits of the Fine Steed,
Yes,
because
yes,
you
yes.
can then have him appear and disappear.
Oh!
Because when your steed drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, leaving behind no physical
That
form,
is-
and it can dismiss.
How I wrote it down in my book. Yes.
Cool. So yeah, I think he just goes through those motions to truly bind himself to his holy energies.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more than what you would get with the steed spell by
Okay,
being
cool.
an elven forest walker.
Got it.
And it
Sweet.
can technically hold your whole party.
would you guys like
Jesus.
to?
So can he grow?
No, it's just...
Reginald, increase your size.
Elven forest walkers are essentially just a big 10-foot by 10-foot platform with spider legs, like a guardian from Breath of the Wild. That's essentially what they are.
So this is just a huge Pegasus.
Yes.
Sick. Sick.
Click them?
Pantheo handed you the cards back.
No, I have them now.
Oh, poor Clay.
I'm going to climb aboard the Pegasus.
Would you like
Play
to pull a
cards, card.
I'm
Play
going
cards,
to
card.
ignore you and climb aboard.
Clay's pissed.
He's
Clay's
gonna get
pissed.
the one bad of the 3 left.
Would you like the last one?
Clay is pissed.
Hold on.
There's only 2 left.
You don't know that though. For you, it's a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
brick. You guys
Yeah, I
have
suppose.
no idea how many are left. Clay said he pulled a card. What did Clay get?
The Cure.
Oh.
This is interesting for
Like
him.
the band?
I was gonna
Just
just gonna say like the band.
They're just like here.
they appear playing a song.
You flip up the card. It says the cure, and it goes into a ball, a medicinal ball.
Hey, nice ball. At least it's not Reginald, though. Reginald.
Thalia could identify it for you if you want.
I will identify the ball with a ritual.
It's a little herbal ball.
That's it.
You are
He's
getting
so
a
dejected.
flickering answer. At first, you're like, it's a cure wounds. No, it's a cure mass. It's a resurrect. It literally can cure anything, even death.
Yeah, I got the water from Waterboy.
Stopgap.
It's a cure-all.
It is. It's an omni cure all. Clay, you now can put that in your bag of colding for safekeeping.
A complete cure-all.
Dork pulls card.
Doric pulls card.
We're having a lot of fun.
Enchantment.
Oh.
What's your favorite item that you own right now?
Hold on.
That was not my favorite.
It's in a
Most
list
of your
box. It
important.
can't be affected.
It's
Maybe-
my most powerful.
Maybe your Luckstone?
Oh God, what items do I even have?
Your trusty robe of eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
probably the
Robe
Robe of Eyes.
of Eyes for sure. You do love that Robe of Eyes.
I can keep looking though.
DM brand.
Does it have a non-passive use? Okay, I'll rephrase it.
No.
Can you please pick your favorite item that has a non-passive use?
Has an active use.
Yes.
Special ability.
I don't think I have anything.
Like your wand or your armor.
Your hammer.
Your hammer, your
I mean,
god
I-
symbol.
Oh yeah, your holy symbol.
I mean, I have a wand of the War Mage that's a +1.
But you never use it.
I'm always using it.
Oh, you're always using it.
Now that sounds like a favorite.
The card seems to flick into the wand itself. The wand, now glittering, has a shining sheen around it, and a hunger. You feel the tiniest, faintest voice in your wand now. And it says, use me.
So I just thought of the fucking pickle drawing.
I need you to literally keep a tally of every time you use your wand.
Oh no!
Gross.
When it
Oh,
reaches
that's not
100, it will go up in power.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then it will do it again and again and again and again.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it became a legacy item. Sorry, I feel like this is so like anticlimactic because you guys are drawing these and we're just like hanging out drawing them.
I'm not going to draw that.
Dahlia has never drawn a card before.
I do not intend to.
And we
do
don't
so.
know that this is the last card.
Come on, Clay. Nothing's bad happened in a while. I mean, you got a nice little ball.
Thalia, you're really not.
I have
you're not gonna
Reginald.
pull it.
I'm
We
quite
don't know
certain
this.
about this.
But also, hold
Clay
on.
pulls it.
Clay pulls another card.
It's terrible. The death.
It's the
Summon-
opposite of the one you had.
The imbalance.
What is your lowest stat?
No.
Charisma.
Goes down by 1. What is your highest stat?
It's a tie.
Dex.
Dex.
Goes up by 2.
How?
You're further imbalanced now.
I have a 22 for Dex now.
Okay, you
Because
lost all
level.
your charisma bonus.
Who cares?
What is your charisma?
It was at 12.
It goes down to a base of 0.
Yeah.
As Clay draws that card,
Having a +6 is
The-
so insane.
entire deck disappears in front of all of you.
Whoa, my gosh. that
You're
was
like,
Who could have seen this
unexpected.
coming?
Oh my god! The air all around you all seems to fill with the glitter of magic
Oh, this isn't good.
as it coalesces
Final
the
battle.
deck again. And again, you hear a laugh, a chuckle in the shadows.
Oh, we get more cards.
You've done it! You've used the entire deck.
You asked us to.
I did. I asked you to use this deck. And in exchange, I get all of the benefits when you all are gone. Including those of any of your friends you let draw the cards. One of whom hasn't drawn any.
Gumbo shivers.
Another one chose to give up that right and allow me to take the benefits whenever I want, and he holds a flask.
Knew it.
I would like to offer you a new deal.
Sure.
That deck you're holding is the exact same deck that you just went through in its entirety. You can choose to reuse the deck, or you can have a new one. Dusty saw me working on these. He was like, "What is that?"
What is that? Guys.
Suppose we choose neither.
I
So-
will give you time to think about it.
You'll take the deck.
No.
I'm saying,
No.
Yeah, this
But it's like, more red.
But
Or we take
seriously
the old
though,
deck.
you
and we-
would know what cards are coming.
Yeah.
You know what benefits. You know what downsides. Like, seriously, talk about this. I'm so excited.
So is it in the same
Two
order as they were
Reginalds.
before?
No.
Two Reginalds.
Two Reginalds.
Two Reginalds.
So,
So if we take the old deck, do we have the cards in reverse?
guys, if we take the new deck, someone else could get a +1 level up.
That's true.
You mean
If we take the old deck.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'd rather see what's in the new deck.
If we take the old
Yeah.
deck, one of us can die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
One of us can
God. And one of us could go
Again.
home.
You guys, with this new deck, we can single-handedly populate the entire coast of Faerun with elementals. Genasi.
That was just a side effect of you opening a giant rift in the plane of that element. Genasi are born from magical concentrations of elements. You should know this. Your friend was born from one.
Friend?
Lumiere.
Oh. I don't know if I would consider him friend.
He's friendly.
Yeah, he's kind of like avoiding us lately. And he like wanted
left.
to leave Candlekeep. Yeah, he just abandoned us.
He's
And then Pantheon wants a flashback to him abandoning us.
He had his own
currently-
path.
He's currently traveling with her girlfriend.
Could also have another pact.
And what would you want?
What do you mean, what would I want? I would just trade you decks. If we both agree to it, then the pact is set.
Now, the more decks we open, the more shit you get.
But also, he could just take deck now and use all of them. The Wendy was not all that great, I will have to admit.
Yeah, Windy wasn't great. Earthy wasn't that great.
Early was fine compared to Wendy. I think.
Yeah, except that we completely fucked the infrastructure of the
Yes.
Lion's Way.
But we also made house for creepy lady with gross smile.
Hey, that's true.
If you guys had failed your deck saves on the Earthy, you would have been in that Earth Temple underneath that mountain.
Buried.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. It's been
Buried or just...
kind of been a hit and a miss. I feel like we've gotten a lot of good things out of this.
A lot of bad things too.
Like what? Look at Clay.
The fire and the wind.
And the water.
The water?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We that was like the second one that we pulled.
I
or the
think
first
watery
one.
wouldn't be too dangerous as long as we're not inside the room.
Oh, as long as we're not inside a room.
Yes, you can cast water, what can you not?
I can.
Pantheon can.
Yeah, I can do
Cast
that now.
water breathing
As a ritual, and
as
it
a
takes 10
ritual.
minutes. So are we gonna do a 10-minute ritual every time we, pull a card?
Every single day, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, it lasts 24 hours.
It's just an hour for me.
Oh,
Why?
wow.
It's a shitty spell, okay.
Water breathing, you do it once every day. You never have to worry about drowning.
Okay, you know what? I get it. You're better than me at magic.
I certainly didn't say that.
I'm a holy man of nature.
Well, you can certainly say that if you wish.
So, we could either take something that we know that what's in it and what could be in store for us. One of us could die. If I did that, my soul would probably be belonging to a devil.
Well, fair he is. Why not both decks? It's war for you.
I was thinking it, but I don't. It's more for you.
It's more for you.
No.
Aww. Spoiled
Does
sport.
anyone want to roll insight?
Yes, please.
Am I still good at that?
No.
Fuck.
Yeah, no.
It's a wisdom.
I'm okay.
Damn.
14.
May I just because I like a clicky clacks?
15.
15.
You're guessing that he doesn't really. Those of you who got 15,
Probably won't double benefit.
you're not understanding his goal. Essentially, that's all I'm going to give you. You're misunderstanding. You realize now that you don't get him.
Dude, that's insane. We could get an incredibly powerful item, another level up. Someone else could suffer the death, though, in the grave.
But
You could get answered the question again.
Yep.
The truth.
we could get the imbalance again.
And also balance again, though.
But now the fairies.
And then what happens when they pull the compass? Does your original compass disappear? Can there
Yeah.
only be one?
Who knows?
True.
My compass also needs to be
And
reset.
who knows, maybe if we just re-pull it, it just reallocates that
That's
thing to
also why I was
something
wondering
else.
if you wanted to walk along the coast, because you could stop at the Shadowfell and reset your compass.
Yeah, probably should do that.
Okay, so instead of the Baldur's Gate Road. But anyway, sorry, continue.
I would vote, if we do this, for new deck.
You want a new deck?
All of these things, we ended up somewhat for the better, I believe. Clayton may not agree with that.
Is it because you got stuck in a coffin?
We got you out.
Is it because you got sent home when we first became friends?
Oh, that would be terrifying. I am immediately voting no on that.
Why?
New deck.
You don't want to go home?
I would be in
He's got the
Luskin.
biggest crown. Smile.
That would be pretty far.
Fairies.
I would be in Luskin.
Just look at
So-
Reginald. Two Reginalds.
Why can't I talk about what happened when I pulled that card?
Oh. Because it's not yours to talk about.
You stole someone else's life.
No.
You took their soul.
Are you truly the person you were in a past life? No. You're Clay, Tim, raised in Playsimir.
You had the past life?
I didn't say that. Jacob said that.
No, he
Oh,
does
she
say
said
it.
that.
The fairy said that.
You lived a second life?
Hold on, reincarnation is real.
Sorry.
Obviously, look at the elves.
So if I tried hard
That
enough,
they're full of
I could
poppycock.
talk about it.
No offense.
Just always hide
Yes.
mushrooms. It's all
But if
right.
it's my past life, then isn't it mine
Is it your mom or your
as
dad?
well?
Oh. It's just simply a very
My
difficult thing
mother
to
is
talk
an
about,
elf, my
isn't it?
father is a half elf.
It's so
So you're like
complicated
3/4 elf.
to explain to people that, God, they just don't matter.
I say new deck. That's my vote.
I also agree with new deck.
My vote is for no deck.
Just vote. It's for both decks.
Well, it looks like we have a split here.
I mean, not really. I mean, I think they won with the 2 votes.
How
But
could I sweeten the pot for you to assist me, Thalia?
we
Go
get
back
both.
to hell. You go back to hell.
If you give us both decks, I won't send you back to hell.
You know, detect evil.
I don't need to know. I pretty much know.
You can tell what he is though.
Do we though? I feel like he's pretty.
I
I feel like he's pretty neutral. And just chaotic, just an asshole.
Divine sense. He's pretty strong
He's a
evil.
he's just a dick to be a
Noxious
dick.
odor entitled for good reasons. Like heavenly music. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until in turn, you can know the location of any celestial fiend undead.
No, I'm supposed to.
And you know the type.
Oh.
Of,
Celestial, fiend, undead, and what else?
It just says celestial fiend and undead.
Okay, and do you have to choose, are you sensing just evil, are you sensing just good, or is it really either?
It's evil comes out like a noxious odor, and good comes out like heavenly music. So it's all it's sensory, and then based on the sense, I can kind of tell what they are: celestial fiend or undead.
This guy's playing Dark Chone.
Do you remember the character in Food Wars who made the food that smelled disgusting but tasted so good?
Yeah, she was the witch.
Yeah, and you know some people really hate the sound of like really grungy industrial dubstep? So like some other people could say it's not beautiful music, but other people could say it is beautiful music. You get both.
Folly smart.
Nope.
Oh god, oh my god, it smells like some
Like spicy garlic.
Oh, and he hates
brine.
garlic. Oh, it's like briny, garlicky, but also kind of like you really want to taste it. And then I also am hearing this really low bass roll. Like it feels like the ground is shaking. I don't know what he is. But it does. I mean, it does say you know the type.
He's
Between-
only. Okay, I will reveal it to you. Are you guys ready?
Within the same radius. Yeah.
Lefarius is a mix of Fae and Fiend.
A fiend.
He's a fiend. Fiend. Oh.
That's what gives him the really odd behavior, but also the ability to control pacts and agreements. So Pantheo, you're able to determine this while everyone else is talking.
Oh my god.
I
I like what
could
you're
take 2 steps forward towards him.
I smell what you're stepping in.
What?
I hope my cards have helped you in your endeavors. You've gotten closer to finding some answers, I believe. If it wasn't for the opposite, you wouldn't have met Sir Boris, would you?
I also wouldn't have met.
Rimmon.
Rimmon.
Yes, what a fortunate encounter that was.
What do you know of him?
You guys have never seen him look so angry. It's a face that is so scrunched up.
So really, at this moment in time, I believe as soon as I die, the stone goes to him.
No, your soul goes to him. Your stone goes to whoever inherits it, which would be me, because I get the benefits of all of your cards.
Unless I give him the stone back.
And that's fine, you can do that.
But
You have not died yet, I have not inherited your items.
wasn't there something in the contract where the person who delivers the item is therefore the person who will get it back?
I'd have to.
Because I think the contract would trump the card.
There is a specific part of the contract where if you do something bad, he does get his soul stone back.
Also,
If you die.
isn't that the pact? You get the items once all of us are dead?
I get the benefits once all of you are dead, but yes.
Okay.
Here is what will entice me to take this card. You'll get the benefits of it once we die, and you get all the drawbacks as well.
Counter offer. I will take none of your benefits. Or your drawbacks. Thalia Reed.
No, yours.
That I find sufficient.
It's also very interesting that he was okay with that because, like, wasn't that the whole purpose, was to get the benefits?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
She said I'll pull your card. Is that like...
No, she's never held them before.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if that was like
A
a
compulsion.
declarative contract with it signing it. So you just get the first card of the new deck.
So you will hand me the old deck, and I will hand you the new deck. And, as it still states by our contract, when all of you, including Gumbo, are dead, I get any benefits from drawing from the previous deck or the new deck. Except, if Gumbo were to draw a card, I can take the benefit whenever I want. When Dahlia draws a card, I can't do anything.
So, fairies.
Oops, I'll say it.
So, I just want to get this straight. So, out of curiosity, because there's always that if, you know, not a threat, not or anything, what happens to the cards or whatever if you were to possibly have died? Just curious. Just not a threat, just wondering both sides of the whole thing.
I think the pact would not change because my death changes very little.
Also, it would be hard to kill them.
I mean, I understand that, but
That being said, I would like, since I am giving Thalia Reed such a large offer, in exchange, when you finish this deck, I would like to exchange it again.
For a new deck?
Yes.
For a new.
A new deck. I put my hand out with the deck, the current deck.
I slap his hand out.
Deal that you will not reuse this deck?
Deal that who will not reuse what deck?
So the deal is, whenever we finish a deck, you give us a new deck.
When physically possible, yes.
When we finish this deck.
Yep.
We will get a new deck,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe new terms.
Which means you can't repeat this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we repeat?
Unless you want
Because
to
he's
not
making
agree to
that part
this.
of
If
the
you
deal.
want the possibility of repeating this deck.
But if we don't agree to it, then Thalia also doesn't get the deal where her boons and.
I don't know.
What if it's a really good deck?
Negotiating is hard.
I enjoy the novelty. I enjoy the excitement of a deck of cards.
I vote yes. I'm okay with this being our new deck, and then having a new deck after.
The deal is sufficient for me.
As Samantha makes more cards.
Pass. And you guys get... I have to finish the backing on 5 of these cards. And also, I don't need you drawing any more tonight, so...
I was gonna say, I was literally gonna
I
turn
was
it
gonna
into-
take the
I
first
was gonna like
Play
grip it and rip it,
immediately.
Thalia. No, it has
Okay,
to be
okay,
Thalia.
uh-huh.
No, I'm doing no.
It has to be
no.
Thalia.
We don't have we haven't touched them yet.
I'm shuffling them, hold on.
Rip it and rip it,
That's-
baby.
This
Hug
is
off.
gonna be bad.
Is
This is gonna be real
Thalia
bad.
seriously drawing one right now?
No. She hasn't we haven't
You guys
touched
are
the
just
cards
outside the Grippli village.
yet.
Hopefully you don't destroy it.
You haven't touched it. Don't
The
pull
cataclysm.
that. Holy cat. Oh.
I am scared. I'm scared.
Wait. Samantha's gonna have
What I
this
love
we're
is
gonna
that she
draw.
did not color code these ones.
No, I didn't. I didn't want you guys knowing.
I
This
mean,
is
I don't
awful.
think we had any.
I
idea.
don't know what you're drawing.
We're not drawing
I
right
don't
now.
know.
Hey man, it's an
I thought we
episode
were-
ender.
So we accept the deal, correct?
Yes.
As I get my hands on the deck, I cast banishment on him.
You're level 9.
Okay, what do I roll?
You roll.
What is save?
Wait,
Chaw save?
wait, hold on. When you were gonna switch, did you pull both decks back and then banish it? That would have been great.
The target must succeed a charisma saving throw.
Oh, it's extremely
Hey,
charismatic.
Have you rolled your? Please roll your
I
things.
have
Okay.
one for today.
The charisma's so potent.
Oh,
This man's riz is so high.
18.
How about a 5 instead?
oh!
What level of spell?
A cheeky 5.
So banishment
Level
is
4,
a 4th
right?
level.
Legendary resistance.
Oh, counterspell.
Counterspell, you're
Counterspell.
He disappears.
What plane did he go to?
Do you know?
We don't.
Yeah, no, you didn't choose the plane.
Wait,
He would go to his plane of his
Oh,
native
wait.
plane.
He goes to his native plane. No, you're right.
What if he's on his native plane?
Then he goes to a pocket dimension and comes back in a minute.
Right.
well. Reginald, what are your functions?
I look to my left.
I can go to a location via a well-known road, or go in a direction as commanded, or be in an offensive state or defensive state.
Good. At ease.
Literally, Adler has been so patient about pulling cards. No one deserves it more than him.
1 minute passes.
Mm-hmm.
Nefarious appears.
Oh, damn. That's too bad.
That's useful information.
Where'd you go? I was like, I was worried because you're
I
kind
don't
of like you're
think I
mixed.
deserve your hostility. Look at all these gifts I've given
There's no
you.
hostility here. I was just performing an
Yes, but
experiment.
now you know if you kill me here, I'm dead.
That is good knowledge. I would not have picked
Roll
up on that.
initiative.
No.
No.
I don't think I've earned your death wish. In fact, I think I've been an ally.
Wait, hold on.
So far,
Wasn't
yes,
there-
you have actually helped us quite a bit.
Wasn't there
Actually done
something?
anything wrong to us?
Wasn't there something when we got the original deck that he could not be the reason that we die
Yes.
to get the cards back?
Yeah.
So even if we were to fight him, if he kills us, he can't get the cards.
Yeah.
We're not going to fight Lefarius.
No, we're
Why
not
would
gonna
we fight
with
him?
Darius.
Not now.
Look at him. He's kind. You guys are besmirching all of his kindness that he's done for us. You know, excluding all of the harm.
You drawing the cards brought you harm. Therefore is your true action.
You didn't even know what was in that deck.
No, I did not.
You see?
Now I do, thanks to all of you.
You're welcome. We're quality insurance.
Alright, let's see.
Fuck. That was bad.
Oh,
Immediately
Nelia,
Immediately bad.
you didn't choose to use your
Acid.
definitive powers before drawing a card. I am ashamed as he phases out
Fuck.
and the rain starts. You hear the sizzle of every drop on every leaf.
I know, but where are the Gripplis? Where's
You guys are outside the
We're
town.
outside of the town. Shelter storms. What about
You guys
Reginald?
start
Doe?
pulling it out.
He's a construct.
Reginald, defensive mode.
Magical construct.
Reginald, shrink!
Shrink,
Reginald! By damn
You put the steed away.
You can just you can summon.
Yeah, I summon a spectral door. Run through it, Reginald, and come back at my command later!
You guys are basically dodging acid rain as he's really quickly trying to make this canvas tent as fast as he can. 5e acid rain.
I mean, everyone just
Purple
use it like a poncho. Just everyone just run into the opening and huddle together.
Oh, it's one of those freaking pop-up ones. Like, boom, it's ready. Have you seen a pop-up tent?
Those
It's
things are-
insane.
You literally just toss them like a frisbee and
Yeah.
then...
Great first pull,
You
great
all
first
take
pull, honestly
30
quality.
Get it
Y'all-
out of the way, right?
Okay. Get
Y'all
it out.
take 30
Let's do it.
D4 acid damage.
That's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of ones.
That's what I like to hear.
You take 8 points of acid damage as you guys are rushing to try. Well, roll your dex saves because you'll get half damage if you get above a 15.
Ooh, I did it.
15 plus a bunch.
You're busy.
Got a 16.
What do you mean I'm busy?
You're
What?
busy putting the tent up. You guys helping putting the tent up so it goes faster?
Yeah.
Then you have to take full damage. 8 points.
Wait, no.
Hell
no.
yeah, I'll take it.
No.
What?
No.
It's not a
Wait,
pop-up
is it,
tent.
is it a dex save thing? Because I
Yeah.
think.
You can't make a dex save if you're putting the tent up.
I
though.
know, but I'm saying with my
You
mom-
still take it. You still take half damage.
Yes, I'll take out because.
Okay, anyway, so you took your damages, you're putting the tent up. We're doing another round. Get that tent up as fast as you can.
Come on, I'm putting that tent up.
What do
Hey, focus on the tent!
What do I have to roll? Like freaking.
Nothing.
What? Okay.
It just takes a lot of time.
I would say it normally takes like 10 minutes to put up a tent, but there's 4 of you doing it.
Let's see.
So
here.
we're gonna lower it to what?
What would that be? Athletics.
It's just an amount of rounds of damage, unfortunately.
Can you cast the most tiny hut in 1 minute? No. It takes 10 minutes.
I only have it as a ritual. Why would I prepare it, you know?
Alright, take 13 points of acid damage. You guys are rushing to put it together. Now, please read me the storms. The tent of storms. Yes. Please read it to me.
It might not protect.
Because I don't think it protects from acid.
Guys, come here. I'm going to cast a second level. Where are you? Healing spirit.
Oh.
So a cat, like a lucky cat statue, comes up, and if you are within a 5 feet of it, you get 1d6 per round. Of
Yay!
healing.
So you guys are only slightly burning away. What does it say, Dusty?
The canvas tent protects the contents from wind,
Good
water, and light.
1 HP.
And lightning.
Good kitty.
No.
Let me see if it's plus my mod.
Shelter from storms isn't worth it.
So the acidity does create an acid rain. Basically, anything that was water in the vicinity is now acid. So any puddles, any drips. You guys, it's not a very exciting, dangerous card, but it is a card that you can't really escape unless you create Lucky Cat. If you do Lehman's Tiny Hut, or if you do anything else to try to prevent. You could sacrifice items of clothing to protect you for a certain number of rounds. This is basically going to go on for a long time. So I'm not affecting you every 6 seconds. I'm affecting you every minute.
Start casting Lehman's Tiny Hut.
So if that's all right.
Yeah,
Every minute, that's
healing spirit
10
only.
10 rounds
That's
of
fine.
damage.
But you guys can hold like a coat above your head or hold stuff up.
Healing spirit is only for a minute too, so it will.
That's
It-
10 concentration.
That's 10
saves.
rounds. That's 10d6 per minute.
So you mean to tell me that if I were to try to use my decanter of Boundless Water, it would just be acid right now?
Magic versus magic. Yeah.
Wait.
I do an acid tidal wave.
9 points of acid damage for the 3rd minute.
Oh my god.
So we're basically set to back to 0 with your 1 minute of healing.
Yes,
Pretty
I
much.
agree.
So it'd be up to max.
$12 points of acid damage for the 4th minute.
I'm
Keep casting.
okay.
Wait, you would have healed to full for the first one.
I would feel the full. Why?
For
Because of the
for
lucky
Healing
cat.
spirit.
Oh, okay.
For the first 2. So now you would have taken 20.
Okay.
So essentially you guys are like repetitively healing Thalia and like hiding her under fabric and like protecting your bags of holding and colding. And you could use Reginald as a shield from the rain for the entire 10 minutes.
I guess he would heal later on.
I think so.
I mean, he's a magical item, magical construct.
Yeah.
Reginald, back
Honestly,
through the
He
door!
might be immune to.
He is
well,
not immune to
but
acid.
yeah.
He is going to take damage.
I
He's
can't.
probably got lots of damage.
I won't do it to Reginald. You know what I will do
Get
though?
the damn horse out!
I raise my hands. I shall conjure the animals to protect us.
Oh my God.
Give us your sacrifice as I summon
4 apes.
10 points of acid damage.
We have 4 apes covering us with their body.
What the fuck?
That's actually pretty good. They have 19 HP.
Can I get some healing, please?
I will.
We're immediately dead.
No, they're not.
They'll take at least 2 minutes to die.
I will cast.
Just dead bodies on top of it. There's only undead. It's horrible.
Just hide under the apes.
It's okay, they're already dead.
It's fucking horrible, you guys.
Wait, before they die, can I knock one out to 0 to get temp HP?
No, you guys aren't doing that. Because they would run away as soon as they were in pain.
No, they're under his control.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
Clay just starts knocking off the animals.
Grandfather tree, I
I
have
cast
besmirched
Mass
you.
Healing Word. Mass Healing Word. You gain 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 5. That's gonna be 13 points.
I don't remember what minute we're on. I think minute 6 is 10 points.
I'm gonna recast Healing Spirit at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that's 2d6 per round.
Okay, so everyone roll 2d6 times 10.
Just to be clear, I am knocking these apes out and sucking the soul so I get temp HP from each one. I want you to know this.
Okay,
Jesus.
so I'm back
No,
to
you're
full.
not.
I'm
They're
back to full.
sacrificing
No,
themselves for the cause.
no animal violence.
They aren't animals, they're just summons.
It's I think they're actually like fey creatures. Hold on.
They're like face
They're like made out of
spirits
mushrooms. I
You
feel
summon
better.
fey spirits that take the form of beasts and appear in unoccupied spaces that you can
Well,
see.
they
with
just
your
go. They just go back to the Feywild.
Oh, yeah, choose one of the following options. One
Keep
beast of
casting. Keep casting.
Okay.
I'm covering
Minute
Thalia with my
7.
body.
Minute 7.
We're back to full.
8 points.
I still have my temp HP because I kept freaking knocking them out.
It hurts so much.
Minute 8 is 7 points.
This is the most brutal ritual spell ever.
Minute 9.
You couldn't have given Amber a
10
nice one to
points.
full.
I cast.
I didn't even look at the card!
I cast mass.
I
Hero
should have
word-
used
mass
my
healing
freaking
word
rune
again.
tablets. It would have just said acid. I would be like, oh, it's the spell that summons acid. I'm
Everyone-
not gonna draw this.
Everyone heal 10 HP.
Pampheo takes a potion of growth and covers everyone, just like as like a Pampheo.
Should I
yeah,
taken
yeah.
less damage from being covered by the apes?
Yes, anyone who was.
It would have been all of us.
Yeah.
There are only 2 apes and there's 4 of you.
Well, we eventually. Oh, it's 4 apes.
Okay.
But regardless, eventually, the healing spirit brought us back up to full with the level 3 healing spirit.
10th minute. 12 points.
Pampheo does use the potion of growth to make himself large and cover you guys like
So
a
you guys are all
tent.
covered. And
And I'll take the full brunt of the damage.
Daly, you only need 1 more minute, right?
No, 10 minutes means it's done.
10
Yeah, but the
plus.
first
Oh,
minute.
okay, yeah. 1 more minute.
I will protect you all. Do not worry.
Ooh, that one was really low. 6 points of acid damage.
Don't worry. I'm only at 17 out of 70 HP.
Okay. How are you that low?
Alright, Liam and Tiny Hut went up. You guys all go outside.
I just
Oh,
fall
inside.
down.
Yep.
And you guys hear the acid rain trickling on the outside of the dome.
We just ruined a
A biosphere.
biosphere.
The entire ecosystem.
I mean, to be fair, swamps are pretty acidic already. It's
I am this large for 2 hours.
Ew.
Is
I've
it
just curled up.
concentration? Is it concentration?
No, it's just potion.
Oh no.
Potion of growth.
Spell magic.
I also would be
No.
okay with saying that you did it sooner and everyone took less damage. But it sounds like you're going to be stuck in the Lehman's tiny hut, taking a long rest to heal all the acid burns and wash them out.
Gosh.
Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't draw it.
It's entirely my fault to draw
That's
my
fine.
Not the worst. Could have ended up on the ground and it didn't.
All right, that is our hard stop for the night. So you guys have a new deck of many things. You are going on a journey to get the item. Sorry, the book.
Nice.
The book that was copied for your friend. Then you're going to the Shadowfell to reset the compass, and then you're going back to Candlekeep.
All right.
So we are going to do travel encounters next time. Thank you for joining me on Downstairs and Dragons, where I make horrible custom decks of many things. I mean, the original one is horrible too, so I'm allowed to be just as horrible as it. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us for D&D.